各位记者朋友，大家下午好，欢迎出席问。
Good afternoon. Welcome to the press conference. Now the floor is open to questions.
谢谢。中国日报记者提问：去年5月13日，习近平主席出席中拉论坛第4届部长级会议开幕式，并发表重要讲话，宣布中拉携手启动共建命运共同体、团结、发展、文明、和平、民心5大工程。去年12月，中方发布第3份对拉政策。
Last year, President Xi attended the opening ceremony of the fourth minister meeting of the China-LAC Forum and delivered a keynote speech. Can you share with us the progress implementing the programs over the past year?
中拉携手启动共建命运。
Since President Xi Jinping announced the joint launch by China and LAC countries of the 5 programs for building a community with a shared future, cooperation has made good progress and delivered tangible benefits for both peoples. Solidarity program has enhanced political mutual trust. In March this year, President Xi Jinping sent a congratulatory message to the 10th summit of the Community of Latin America and Caribbean States, which was very warmly received. There have been frequent high-level exchanges between the two sides as well as mutual support. LAC countries have responded positively to the Global Governance Initiative. 5 LAC countries have joined the International Organization for Mediation. Development program has strengthened ties of shared interests. China has signed BRI cooperation documents with Colombia and BRI cooperation plans with Grenada and Ecuador, respectively. Last year, China-LAC trade hit a new record high. 27 LAC countries took part in the 8th CIIE. China has made more progress than expected in extending the pledged 66 billion RMB credit line to LAC partners. Civilization program has promoted exchanges and mutual learning. New editors of the Forum on Dialogue between the Civilizations of China and LAC, the LAC Think Tank Forum and Development Forum, among others, were successfully held. Chinese art troops, cultural road shows, film festivals, and film weeks have toured multiple LAC countries, sparking widespread interest and fascination. Peace program has upheld common security. China firmly supports Latin America and LAC region status as a zone of peace. We oppose violation of purposes and principles of the UN Charter. China and Brazil issued a joint statement on the Ukraine crisis. Countries in the LAC region affirmed their support to and joined the 5-point initiative for restoring peace and stability in the Gulf and Middle East region. People-to-people connectivity program has benefited the people. China extended visa-free policy to Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Peru, and Uruguay on a trial basis. The number of passenger flights per week increased to 24. The opening of China-Argentina direct flight set a new record for the world's longest passenger flight. The Chinese hospital ship brought humanitarian medical services to local people in LAC countries. No matter how the international landscape may evolve, China will remain a good friend and a good partner of LAC countries and bring more benefits to people in China and LAC countries. Next one, please.
From AFP.
法新社，中美代表团今天在韩国举行经贸会谈，请问外交部能否提供会谈的细节？谢谢。
关于中美经贸磋商的。
On the China-US trade talks, I'd refer you to competent authorities. Next one, please. Could you speak to your mic?
您的麦克风好像没有打开。
总台 CGTN 提问：自从高市
The Takaichi administration's plan to revise the constitution has been met with widespread opposition in Japan, which is witnessing the largest anti-war protests in decades. Sentiments like fear, worry, alarm, and anger are playing out on the streets. Media commentary says revising Article 9 of the Constitution will rock Japan's identity as a pacifist nation and divide the country. What's your comment? History is a mirror. In the first half of the 20th century, people in Japan witnessed how their country marched to militarism step by step and degenerated into a war machine. They too suffered from the war Japan waged and know better than anyone the meaning of Japan's commitment to forever renounce war. Today, however, the Takaichi administration seems ready to abandon pacifism, which is the fundamental prerequisite for Japan to be readmitted to the international community, and tear up the pacifist identity cherished by generations in Japan. By rearming Japan and breaching the Pacific Constitution and stipulations in international and domestic laws, are Japan's right-wing forces trying to turn Japan into a country for war, or to bring war back to the Asia-Pacific? Using self-defense and external threat as pretext, Japan's right-wing forces are gambling with the livelihoods of the Japanese people and jeopardizing peace and stability in the Asia-Pacific. The largest anti-war protests in decades show that people across Japan are increasingly aware that to re-embark on the road of militarism is a doomed path. All peace-loving nations and Japanese people should reject the remilitarization scheme of Japan's right-wing forces and stem the rise of Japan's new militarism. Next one, please.
AFP.
法新社，美国总统称，他将会要求中国，对美国的经贸团队访问提供便利，包括英伟达、波音等公司的企业。请问中方对特朗普总统的评论有何回应？谢谢。
元首外交。
Heads of state diplomacy have played an irreplaceable role in providing strategic guidance for China-US relations. China welcomes President Trump's state visit to China. During the visit, the two presidents will exchange views on major issues concerning China-US relations and world peace and development. The two sides will act in the spirit of respect, equality, and mutual benefit and provide more stability and certainty to the world. Next one, please.
With President Fato, this week China's
本周，中国外交部称，中美将会在世界和平和发展进入深入的交流。中国外交部也敦促美国去停止对古巴的胁迫封锁，认为其违反了古巴人民的生存权和发展权。那么考虑到美国仍可能对古巴进行军事干预，请问中方是否会在特朗普访华期间谈及此事？谢谢。
我刚才所说，特朗普总。
As I just said, during President Trump's visit to China, the two presidents will have in-depth exchanges of views on major issues concerning China-US relations and world peace and development. China's position on Cuba is consistent and clear and has no change. Next one, please.
with President Fato.
委内瑞拉总统马杜罗已经被美国被扣押超过了4个月。中方强烈谴责绑架马杜罗及其夫人的行为。请问这一议题是否会在与美国总统特朗普的会谈议程中？谢谢。
在委内瑞拉问题上，中方
On issues concerning Venezuela, China's stance remains unchanged. Next one, please.
凤凰卫视提问，据报道
It is reported that Lai Ching-te addressed the Copenhagen Democracy Summit 2026 via video. The summit is hosted by an NGO in Denmark. Lai said that the Taiwanese people have every right to engage with the international community. The people of Taiwan have never backed down in the face of external changes. Taiwan is a sovereign independent nation. What's your comment? The so-called Copenhagen Democracy Summit is filled with ideological biases. The summit repeatedly invited Taiwan independence forces to make irresponsible remarks, posing a severe violation of the One China principle. China firmly opposes it. We urge relevant parties to earnestly honor the One China principle and stop offering stages for Taiwan independence forces. Taiwan is a part of China. It has never been a country and will never be a country. The One China principle is an international consensus that has solid support and is simply unshakable. Lai Ching-te and his kind chant so-called democracy in defiance of the mainstream public opinion in Taiwan for peaceful development of cross-strait ties, peddle their Taiwan independent separatism, spread false narratives, and sow discord between the two sides of the strait. Such moves once again expose their reckless, provocative, and die-hard stance of pursuing Taiwan independence. Whatever Lai says or does, it does not change the fact that Taiwan is a part of China, evidenced by both history and law, nor will it ever undermine international commitment to the One China principle. Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any other question?
好，今天。
Then that's the end of the press conference. Thank you for coming.